prosecution's willful misconduct was improper and conducted in bad faith. I see no alternative but to dismiss the charges against the defendant.
Oh my God, he's back.
Yes! 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 All right. So this is basically the big video. It's been a long time, quite a while since I actually covered a power video. And we're going to be talking about a lot of things in this video. A lot of things. But before I even get to the other things, the important things that definitely need to be talked about, you know, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Like, y'all beautiful people just gotta come to subscribe to me because your boy been hurting. But I think I've been healed. I'm out of prison, but I'm gonna get to that story later. But so I've seen an interview with our good old friend Omari Hardwick about him explaining about the whole Tariq killing Ghost, and he was explaining more that, again, Ghost died alone. He said the nigga died on the floor, like nobody went to go see him, or people did go see him, but it was just, that wasn't his ending. And we all know, even to this day, the Power fans and I would still be like, that ending was a little, even though he, suggested, or the guy suggested that, what if Tommy could have did it? And he was just like, I guess Omari Hardwick did not mind if anybody else would have taken out Ghost, except for the whole Tariq, because I mean, he said it, he's going places and he's like, at these events, he's talking to children, and it's, I guess as a black man, he feels that it shouldn't really be like, I guess like sons killing their fathers and this and that. He didn't want that direction for the character. I mean, all this stuff that we know about, but it's just like him explaining further about it, where I guess he doesn't, he didn't like that at all, and I guess he wanted like a different outcome because Ghost was an anti-hero, right? From what his words, it was like, yeah, Ghost is like an anti-hero, and the way that he did things just made things, for us as the fans, like we appreciate, like, we was, oh yeah, he's the man. Even till this day, everybody would like go back for Ghost and be like, we want to see Ghost again, we want him to return alive, like we want all of this stuff, right? But now for the video at hand, it's like seeing how he expressed this emotional side about it. I guess if, I don't know, like when we get like the last season of Power Book 2 Ghost, like season 4, I guess when like once we get the last of it, right? I guess the really big question is if because we don't know, like if they do decide to bring back Ghost, right? I guess that, and because in the interview he already said that he's just like, he doesn't think that he would want to, I guess, like, go after Tariq again. So we would have to assume that if it's not revenge, then it most likely would be forgiveness. It would probably be like, let's just say they do bring back Ghost alive, right? If they do want to do that route, then they would say like, oh, I guess Tariq would apologize to Ghost and then Ghost would forgive him, right? And then they just like, I don't know, because my thought was, if they would have did this, right, then I would assume that maybe Ghost would have probably got Tasha and Yaz, and they all rekindle as a family, and then they just leave, right? Now, the big question is, in the Power community, would people actually like that ending? Like, let's just say, like, Tariq, big showdown with Noma, right? Or big showdown with Monet. Whatever happens, right? Because there's going to be something, and Tariq either kills Monet, or he kills the Tejada family, or he kills Noma, whatever ending or whatever that Tariq is going to do, right? But we know Tariq is going to lose. He's going to really lose maybe somebody important, maybe Brayden. Brayden might die this season. Who knows, right? And at the end of him losing maybe something big or something important in his life, I don't know, maybe they decide to do a story where Ghost returns or whatever. But if they don't do that, right, he doesn't return alive, and they have him return as a ghost, then I guess Tariq will be talking to Ghost's ghost, right? He'd be talking to his ghost of him crying, hopefully, and just angry off of the fact that he messed up. He messed up big time, and that he should have like listened to Ghost and not trying to become like a drug dealer, and just focus on, staying in school and not being wrapped up into the whole drug game. And that basically everything that he did was his fault, because at the end, like, Ghost was trying to like protect him and keep him out of that type of business, even though he basically was brought into it, right? But I'm thinking, like, if they decide to do this, I wonder like how the fans is gonna react to it. Like, will they be okay with it? Because again, I know there's some fans out there who like, nah, man, that little nigga need to suffer. We need him to suffer for what he did. But I'm like, but if he comes back and he forgives him, and then they all become like a happy family, and then they just leave, right? Like, he like goes, gets Tasha, Yaz, whatever. Somehow he pulls some strings and he's able to get them, and then they leave, right? And they just disappear somewhere, and they either go overseas or they just completely disappear, right? Again, like I said, we would have to see if like the fans would like be like, oh, this is some bullshit, like, like we didn't like this and that or whatever, like we wanted him to suffer, or you know, Tariq is at truth, right? And something happened. Now, I don't think Tariq will die by Ghost's hands, because Omari Hardwick basically was just like, he wasn't really too keen on that idea anyway. So I'm assuming that if something was to happen, then it would be by somebody else if Tariq was to die. But then again, seeing how like this is gonna be it, like since season 4 was basically canceled, because when I was sitting back, and I know I said this in my previous video as well, I was just like, I thought that it would have had like more seasons, right? I thought it would have had like a little bit more, but it got canceled. I don't know if there was ever like information or confirmation of the reason as to why it got canceled. I don't know if it was because of Origins, but I don't know. I don't know. There's probably something that's out there that probably got clarified as to why it got canceled or whatever. But I mean, I think what they might do for like Tariq's character, I'm thinking they probably gonna leave like a back door open for like Tariq's character. I think what they probably might do is, because I mean, we still got 4 Force, we still got Pablo 4 Force, right? And again, like if Ghost doesn't come back and he doesn't even talk to Ghost alive or as a ghost, and he's just sitting there just thinking about the events that happened that night where he killed Ghost or whatever, and then he just apologizes there, like at truth, like okay, because I'm thinking the irony is that it's truth, so he goes there to tell his truth on why he did what he did, and he apologizes for that, and then I don't know, he closes up the nightclub, but then he leaves or whatever, right? And again, if that's that or whatever, then fine. But I'm thinking, again, like if they decide to do like, oh, Pablo 4 Force, right? And I don't know, Tariq could be with Tommy. He could just be there with him. But then I don't know, like you would need like a reason as to why he's there. Now, granted, I think like once when like Pablo 4 Force is actually done, or I would say not done, but I would say like maybe close to like its finale or whatever, I think we probably might see Tariq. I don't think that it wouldn't be like, oh no, Tariq, no. I think we probably might see Tariq in Chicago in some sort of way. I think so, because the show is canceled and we don't know what's going to be the outcome for Tariq's story, but I'm thinking he's not going to probably die. I don't think so. Probably not by Ghost's hand. I don't think so. Alive if he comes back or whatever. I don't think so, but I think they're just gonna leave like a back door for him to like return or whatever. Like Tommy might be like, oh, I know a guy, and then Tariq shows up and they're like, oh, this little motherfucker or whatever, and just like no. But then again, it's like again, like if Tariq loses and he has no, well, I mean, he already lost like the trust fund that Ghost had for him and basically lost everything. So if he was to, if he can't beat Noma and get everything that she has and take over, I guess like her business or whatever, and then just get the money and then leave. But if he can't get that, then I think his only maybe option would be to go to Chicago with Tommy. But then again, I think, like, would Tariq actually go through all of that again, though? Would he, like, go through all of that again like he's doing now just to get the money and then to leave? Like, no, I'm thinking, like, this is probably going to be, like, it for Tariq. Like, this is going to be, like, him, like, all right, he failed, and he probably failed again, and he has nothing. He's back to zero, and will he try to, like, redo that process again? Because think about it like this. when you look at Franklin Saint from Snowfall, I mean, technically he had everything, but then he sort of fucked up by trusting Teddy, and then Teddy took his money. He had nothing. And then I forgot his name. That guy that was under Franklin. I forgot his name. Peaches. Peaches took his money. He took half his money. I think it was either $7 million or $12 million. He took from him, spent all of it, and the only thing that was left was $12,000 in the bank, or in the safe that he had. So I'm thinking, like, I don't think he would have like Franklin's like ending where it was just like, oh, he became like his father. No, from what we see in like this last season, it seems like, I mean, maybe he gonna be like Ghost and maybe getting close to having everything, and then it gets ripped away, or he doesn't have nothing at all. He has nothing at all, and he's just there at truth, maybe going to be speaking his truth about events that happened or things that he did. Again, we don't know, because you look at all of like the rest of the power shows, like Raising Kanan, and I've said it before, like there's been some comparisons and similarities to what was been going on with like the characters, like of like Monet killing Mecca, and then Rock killing Howard, right? Similarities there, and again with Monet's character, I'm a little bit curious as well as what's going to actually happen to her, right? There's a lot of these things, because we're going to have like 2 parts from now, well, into May, and then September, 2 parts. We're going to have like 2 parts, so we're going to get to see like what's going to happen to everybody's character and to Tariq's character as well. Like, will he just say, you know, fuck it, he gives up, right, and he leaves, or he loses, but then he probably in his brain be like, I got one more shot, and maybe it's not in the city, and he goes to where Tommy is at, and he probably restarts his life all over again. Because again, I feel like they are leaving like a backdoor for him to return, maybe in Force. That's what I think, because we don't know how many seasons Force is gonna have. I think Raising Kanan just got announced for like a season 5. I think I gotta pull that up in the log. Like, I don't know if they announced it for season 5 or whatever, but I'll see. I know it got renewed for 4, but I'll check and see if it was renewed for like a season 5 or whatever. But again, we just gonna have to like wait and see on what's gonna happen to Tariq, like in the end or whatever, because it's just like it's shaping up to look quite interesting. And it's maybe leading up to some possible clues and hints on maybe Tariq might actually not die. He probably might be able to escape this season, but then again, like I said, the Power fans might be a little pissed if some would be okay with him escaping, him not dying, leaving or whatever. Then the other half would be like, we still kind of want him to suffer a little bit more. We still want him to for him to be punished or whatever. But if Ghost returns and he forgives him, we're gonna see. We are going to see. But. Oh boy. All right. Now for me to explain. So, your boy, I've been released from prison, right? I'm out on bail, right? And we've been remonetized, right? So, things is gonna, I say like maybe I don't know, maybe next week, maybe even next week or the week after next week, our original schedule is gonna go back to normal, right? And we will be returning back to our weekly days on posting content on the channel, posting some more power, some ideas, some theories, right? We back. We're officially back, right? We out on bail. But, I mean, there was some things about the whole, reusage of content. I had to get all this situated because it was like, they hit me, I think, what was it? February 14 on my boy's birthday, I believe. They hit me on. It was just like, oh. So, I seen this happen, and I'm sitting here, and I was just like, oh, man. It hit me, and I was just like, yo, what happened? Like I did everything correctly, but it was just like, I had to get this stuff cleared out. Now, I could have had this cleared out probably like last month, but it was just like I had to, get some part-time job on the side. Had to get a little money in my pocket, right? And then I was just like, on and off, kind of like taking my time and just doing some other things, and but I mean, now I was just like, cause my term was next month. It was basically in May, so I was just like, nah, let me see if I could get this situated now, and I did. And I was able to like talk to the YouTube team, and we got some things straightened out. And it was just like, oh, they looked over the channel, and they didn't find anything. Like, my channel was good. Like, there's no politics over here. There's no, none of that weird stuff, right? We try to keep things under the line, because those channels, we know YouTube don't like those types of channels. So over here, we kind of like, we chilling over here. We the power community, like, we chilling, right? We chilling. So I had to get this stuff situated, right? And we're pretty much as good for now. Like we're pretty much as good. But in the future, I'm gonna tell everybody, in the future, for those who are trying to become like YouTubers or whatever, it's just like nothing wrong with being a YouTuber. I'm gonna tell you straight up, there's nothing wrong with being a YouTuber. There's nothing wrong with like, getting paid and actually getting those checks, because when you get paid, yeah, those checks is wonderful. Those checks is nice. It's wonderful. But it's just like, you got to keep in mind here, it's just like, if anything was to happen, any hiccups, like you get demonetized, you get terminated, it's just like anything could happen. It's always best to have like a second job prepared, or another form of revenue, or another like you have to always like make sure of these things, because it's just like, you never know what can actually happen, and it's always best to like build up your money, and just prepare, just in case. But like I said, nothing wrong, because even them checks, man, I'm like, shit, they be looking kind of good, like, I ain't gonna lie. But it's just, you always gotta make sure of these things, and just be prepared. But like I said before, we got everything situated. I gotta thank YouTube for reinstated me, and making sure things is right over here, and they wasn't arm strong in me, right? That everything was kind of like good. So I was like, I appreciate them like hearing me out and talking to me. So I was just like, all right, that's good, right? But overall, like I said, I guess we back, but yeah, man. But oh man, I don't bail. But comment down below on what you guys think of everything about this video, about Power. What you guys think about like Origins? Who are the characters y'all looking forward to seeing besides like Ghost and Tommy? Because I'm kind of curious about like Tasha and her family. Like what was that about? And whoever else that we probably might haven't seen or whatever. But wow. But like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I catch you all in the next one.